Hey y'all, it's Kimberly with Katie's Craft Corner. Hey, I said it right. Usually when I'm first start trying to film, I say Katie's Craft Creations. And for once I said it right instead of having to stop and refilm. Anyway, this is going to be another unboxing. Unfortunately, I know I've done a lot of unboxings lately, but that's the only time that I've had to actually spend on videoing because at this time of year I also do taxes. And I'm just a little bit busy right now with doing taxes, but I am almost done. And then I can get into doing some whipping chats, and I also have plans to do a very comprehensive beginner's guide to diamond painting. I have seen some people asking questions about how to load the tray and how to get the diamonds to flip over, and they can't get their pins to pick up and whatnot. And I'm going to see if I can explain all of that for those people who are having trouble still. Anyway, this is a Diamond Painting Club by Easy Whim box. It is a monthly club subscription. You get diamond painting accessories and items in here, all the way from like small keychains, calendars, to big diamond paintings. This is the middle tier, which comes with 3 diamond paintings. I believe there are 2 small and 1 large. I will have to check on the prices, but I will have all of that down below, telling you the prices and the link to go and sign up. I did not get all of that ready. I just had to hurry up and get on so I could at least do this video for you guys. Anyway, let's move this box out of the way, and I'm going to start pulling out the items and showing them. Now, this box is the January box. It was already shown by Diamond Painting by Donnie, so a lot of this stuff will be repeats if you've seen her video more than a month ago. I don't know why it took so long for my box to get to me, but it did. Anyway, the paintings themselves probably will be about the only thing that's different from her box. Anyway, I have already opened it so I can get a little bit acquainted to what is in it. But anyway, let me move it and let me start showing you what is in it. And it's a heavy booger. Okay, let me get the lid off. Again, it's not easy to come off. There we go. Alright, the first thing that I'm going to pull out is this. I know she got one of these in her box. I do remember it. And it's kind of late for me to have one. And please excuse my fingernails. I do not have any paint on them. And one of them looks kind of rough because I've been putting different colors on it. I'm trying to figure out what I want. And so it's all stained. But anyway, I haven't figured out what colors I want to wear right now. This is a 2020 calendar, which is kind of sad because we are already past the 3rd month. This is the next to last day of the month right now while I'm filming this. But anyway, it is a 2020 desk calendar. It has each one of the days of the month. The only part that you diamond paint is the front, and it can be done like that and then sit up on your desk, and you can flip the pages. Excuse me, it's going to be really close to the camera. You can flip the pages and have each month showing on your desk. And you can write on the pages, you can put little notes, you can write whatever you want to, birthdays and stuff. But and then there's like a place for a schedule on the opposite side. So it's a pretty neat little desk calendar, but of course it's already about to be, in just a couple more days, April, which means a third of this calendar, fourth of this calendar, excuse me, is already gone. Anyway, let's see. We got a basic toolkit with your wax, your green boat, your pink pen, and some baggies. And then as far as diamonds go, if I can find the right place to open. Sometimes it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack when you're trying to open up these. You got these large peacock feather looking diamonds. They're just plastic, really lightweight, probably easy to break, but these go on the 11s, of course. These are the kind that you kind of get a number and you kind of just follow the number, and sometimes you don't even get a number, you just get a shape and you have to figure out which shape goes into which. If they don't have a legend, diamond paintings usually have a legend. Things like this do not. And then to go along with this, we have, let's start at number 1. We have a pretty clear crystal. Then we have a teal colored crystal. Let's bring you down a little closer. We can see those better. There we go. So we got the clear, we got teal, we've got blue, there's a gold, there's a lime green, there's a lighter blue, kind of an ice blue, and there's a large red, there is a marquee shaped green, a teardrop shaped, it's sort of a hot pink with an aurora borealis coating on it. If you do not know what a aurora borealis is that rainbow looking coating that's making it change colors and sparkle so much right there. We call it an AB gem or aurora borealis. That's just a lot to say, so it's an AB gem. And let's see, these will be what, number 9. So they will go in these spots where the 9 are, which there are not a lot of 9s. There's 2, 3, 4. Got a lot of gems for so few 9s. Am I missing some? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's about, I don't know, 15 gems in there. That's all right. We'll mix all of those. And then we've got some even larger teardrops in these greens, which will go where the 10s are. And there's not a huge amount of them compared to how many of these there are. It looks like they gave you about double on everything. Hold on just a moment. Sorry about that. I had to pause it. I had somebody knocking on my door. I had to bring me something. My dad has been doing rock tumbling, and I had a lot of gemstones where I went to a gem mine many years ago. They were raw, and he just brought them in here to me. They're finished. I might show them sometime on the video, but right now they're across the room and I can't reach them. But anyway, that is the calendar. I'm going to pause it for just a moment, get this cleaned up, and show you the next item. Okay, next item in the kit is this little wall hanging right here. I haven't actually opened this, so I haven't gotten a good look at it. I just looked and saw that it's in here. And excuse me if I'm shaking up the camera a lot. Do not mean to. And I guess it would help if I moved you back out, wouldn't it? There we go. Now you're back out where you can see everything kind of good. So we have, looks like everything came out. Just set that right there. Here is the diamond painting, and it's some pretty flowers with a butterfly, which I love that. I know I'm going to love this color because it looks like it's teal. And then we're going to have purple. So this is probably going to be a favorite of mine because it's got all kinds of colors that I love. And if you hear scratching, that's one of my cats scratching at the door, but I shut it so that they cannot come in. As you can see on here, there is a cut mark all the way around. You cut it really close to the diamond painting in order to put it inside of this little frame. There is a piece of plexiglass, which will probably need to be cleaned because boy is it dusty. There's a piece of plexiglass that goes over the top. It looks like it has a plastic cover on it, so remove that plastic cover. Probably on both sides. Yep, it's got a plastic cover, which will make it much, much clearer when you take the plastic cover off. But you'll put the diamond painting on right here. It's just a really thick piece of foam core like stuff. Almost like cement board, but not. Just really thick, dense, I think some kind of foam core. But you'll put the diamond painting on that, and then you'll put this on top, and then you'll put this on there. And then there is a little hole on each end. One will be for the hanger and one will be for the tassel, which there's our hanger and tassel hooks, and then the pink tassel that goes with it. It's got a couple of pearls right there. So you got the hanger right here, which will hook onto one of these eye bolts, and then you got the tassel, which will hook onto the other one. And when they go in, they will actually go all the way through the foam core and everything, so it will kind of lock this into place where nothing will be able to fall apart. That's a cute little set right there, and it's even got the tassel protected with a piece of plastic until you get ready to actually put it on the painting. You get the standard tool kit. Once again, you got your pink wax some baggies, a green boat, and a pink pen. And then let's have a look at the diamonds that go with it. Let's bring the painting back over and kind of get an idea. And I'll bring you down a little closer. And let's start at number 1 right here. You got clear or silver rhinestones. And then we got some pink ones. Those will go on flower. And then there's a different shade of pink. Again on the flowers. You got the silver ones right here on a pink flower. But then on the outside you got number 3, which will be the third in line pink one. Number 2 is on this flower, and probably on this flower too. Yep, 2 and 1 on this flower. And then we got a gold, and then there's a yellow, a very soft yellow. There is a pretty blue, and then a slightly different color blue. There's like a leaf green almost color. There's a lime green. There's a beautiful dark purple. That would be my color. And then there's a lighter lavender. There's a large red. And there is a large orange. And it looks like it has the Aurora Borealis coating on it once again. If you can see that rainbow effect. There is a large teardrop pink. There is a, I would call that like a pale gold or beige-like color teardrop. And then there is a blue marquee. So there's not a teal like I was expecting right here. And now I have some teal rhinestones. I may replace them. And I think I might have some teal teardrops. I might replace them on this flower because I would want that teal to stand out more. Because this color on it is what? Number 8. Which would be the green. And that, I would change that to a teal. I would definitely change that to a teal color. I have a lot of rhinestones because when I first started out, I did rhinestones. And so I have a lot of leftover rhinestones from, well, I did special shapes. I did keychains. I did ones like this. I did little boxes, kind of like these right here, as well as what's inside of it. That's a mirror. So I've got, there's teal left over, and there's that kind of teardrops. Although those are marquees, but I have got leftovers from all of this stuff, and that may end up being what's used. Anyway, let me pause it and clean this up, and I'll show you the next item. Okay, here's the next 2 items. Let's bring you back out again. Keep forgetting to do that this video. Okay, here's the next 2 items. We have a 3-pack of wax pens. I have a ton of these where I used to do nail art all the time. I still do nail art some, but not like I used to. But I have a ton of these where I did nail art. So I don't really need any of these. If anybody wants them, comment down below. If a couple of people comment, I might do a random picker and pick somebody to get them, or pick somebody to get 1 each. Who knows? But I don't have any need for these. Like I said, I have a bunch of them. But if anybody wants some wax pens, let me know. I haven't ever tried diamond painting with them, but it's a similar stuff. I don't know how well it works. I might have to try it. I mainly use pens and super sticky patty wax. But if anybody does want these, let me know down below. I will be happy to send them to you. Next, we have a pack of what I started out with. My very first diamond paintings were keychains. That's what I tried to see if I would like it. And that's what these are. You get your standard kit with some baggies, green boat, pink wax, pink pen. And then we have, it looks like desserts or ice creams. I'm pretty sure I remember Donnie having these. There's a popsicle, a piece of pie, a donut, and an ice cream cone. These are magnets. I did keychains, but these are magnets. Might have to, they're dirty magnets. Might have to do them and give them to my mom because we have a stainless steel fridge here in the house. And hold on just a second. I am going to wipe off my hands because that is very, very dirty. Phew, very dirty. I guess that would be the magnets underneath, and it's all over the back of this diamond painting now. I had to turn this diamond painting over because I've got 2 diamond paintings laying here because this is one that was for my mother from Christmas, a Santa Claus, and I had it in storage and somehow it had folded in on itself. It wasn't laying completely flat basically when it should have been, and I did not realize it, and by the time I did realize it, it had folded in on itself. And so I've got it on bottom because it's got 2 big old creases going right across here. And I have actually been laying books on top of it to try and flatten it back out. I'm probably going to end up having to iron it and everything. But the drills keep popping because it is a square. And they keep popping on it now thanks to it getting folded up. Anyway, let's see what the rhinestones look like for this one. Looks like it's mostly some special shapes. We'll look at the actual rhinestones first. Just a few of them. There is a yellow rhinestone, a clear rhinestone, a green, a red, kind of a cherry red, a purple, and then there is a orangey red. So that's the rhinestones. And then we've got some special shapes. We have some AB multicolored round ones, larger round ones. I don't think these are actually AB. I think these are just strictly multicolored. And then we have some, I think that is actually supposed to be gold. These are the ones that are clear, and then they put gold on the straight side. I mean on the faceted side, because that clear is on the flat side. So these are gold teardrops, or marquise, excuse me. Instead of putting silver on the bottom, they just put gold on the top. And then these are some of those faceted rainbow colored, don't really know what to call them. I call them starburst because they almost look like they have a starburst in them. But they are faceted and rainbow colored, or aurora borealis colored. And then here are some white, smaller ones. Those were clear and these are white. And they have the AB coating. And then there's one large one with the AB coating on it. It looks like it might be a gold or a yellow with AB coating on it. And it probably goes on, I'm going to say the pie. See if I can get them separated without having to pull them out of the bag. Yep, the pie was the second one. And right there is the big teardrop right there. It's probably supposed to be the strawberry sitting on top of the aurora borealis. Right there. Or sitting on top of the pie. Listen to me. Got the AB on my brain. But that is the strawberry sitting on top of the pie. These need to be washed and that bag thrown away before anything happens to them because they are nasty. Anyway, I'm going to pause and clean this up, and then we will be looking at the diamond paintings that came in this kit. Okay, guys. Pull you back out again. Down here in the bottom of the box, the very last items that we have, other than this right here, is 3 pieces of washi tape, a black and gold, a gold and white, and then a floral, which you never have too much washi tape when you do diamond painting because it's great to put around the edges when the glue goes too far over, especially on double-sided tape ones. We have 3 different diamond paintings. 2 of them are small and 1 of them is large. I'm going to start with the small ones, but before I do that, there are 3 identical kits with very large pink waxes, white boats with the funnels. There is a pen with a squishy in each one, and there is a 4-placer on them, and then a 10-placer it looks like down in here. Yep, that's a 10-placer. And then a cheap pair of aluminum tweezers, which I never use those aluminum tweezers. I usually toss most of them, because they are really, they're flimsy and they don't pick up anything very well. If you want to pick up diamonds with them, you have got to spread them out and then bend them back. And you got to get them just right, and then you can start picking up diamonds, but it's still very precarious because you've got to get the ends lined up, and you need to have these straight, and every time you squeeze, they lose a little bit of their shape. And see, like these are already closer together. Spread it back out. Now it's back out, and as soon as I start using it a little bit, they're right back close together. So they're cheap. They don't stay in shape. They're not very useful in my opinion. I don't know why they waste their money on these. But anyway, as far as the large, and I say large because it's a nice long clear pen instead of a short one. The squishies are always loose on them, but this one actually stops right there, so it's not going to go sliding off the end. And then it has my favorite type of four placer, which is the flat solid white instead of the one that's kind of a little bit clear. It's the solid opaque one, and it's very flat, very narrow on the end. There's a little piece right there that you want to cut off if you get one like that. These do wear out quickly. You can take an X-Acto knife and shave them off. When they start getting little, they'll get indentions in the shape of the diamonds. And you can do that a few times before you have to throw them away, but these are very soft plastic, so they will wear out. But they hold them in the most straight shape of any kind of placers that you can get. And you can get these, I think, all the way up to 15 placers, I believe. I believe that's the largest size I have, at least. But it's 3 identical ones, same thing. There's no baggies with them. Just the white boat, the cheap tweezers, 10 placer, 4 placer, clear pen, and squishy, and a giant piece of wax. I am on the Fantasy and Wolf thing. You can choose different themes that you prefer. These are on foam core, which kind of helps them not lose their shape and not get messed up. They do send these sheets with them. This one right here that I'm opening up has a single wolf. That is the picture of it. It has a single wolf looking at the camera. It is 35 colors. It gives you instructions for how to diamond paint, a little 5-piece instruction on how to diamond paint right here. And then it's got information on hanging your diamond paintings with stretch bars. This is supposed to be a 40 by 30 centimeter. Let's see, I think I bought my, yeah, I think it's over here. Well, it was right here. Here it is. I do have my tape. We will check it to make sure. Anyway, that's what this one is this wolf. Let me pull out my X-Acto knife. I can get this off fairly easy. Excuse me, I'm getting hoarse. Pull the tape off, get that out of the way. So I'll stick it at the bottom of the box. And like I said, it's on a piece of foam core. I will recover these. Let me get the diamonds themselves out of the way. I will recover these like I typically do with a piece of, or pieces of butcher's paper or parchment paper. Turn it around this way because I got a feeling this is the way it's going to go. It is going to be sideways, I believe, because this is the legend over here, and it has the DMC number, the quantity of diamonds, and then the symbol, and then of course the number. So they take up a lot of room on that side, and they actually have room on this side to put it again, but they did not do that. It is double-sided tape, hence the opaque cover. I'm not a double-sided tape fan, but I am not going to complain. I will replace these covers though, because I do not trust double-sided tape to not mess up, because these covers are kind of heavy, and I think that's what messes it up, is the covers just kind of weigh down the glue and make the glue separate. And fortunately, this, even though it's a small painting, it's an up close and personal of the wolf. You can see it really well there. So it will have plenty of detail in it. A 30 by 40 is kind of small for a painting, in my opinion, unless it is really close like this is, or really large, whatever the subject matter is, so that it doesn't, doesn't need as much tiny detail, basically, is what I'm saying. Because the bigger it is, the less tiny detail it needs, and the more detail they can give it with multiple colors. And 35 colors on this size is going to give it a lot of detail. You can see the hearts right here stand out real big. I got a feeling those are going to be $9.39. That's going to be I think a very dark blue, or kind of a gray blue, I believe. And it's really dark. All of the symbols look really, really good. Let me get you down closer. We get a better look, hopefully. Get you a little bit closer. There you go. You can see the symbols are extremely clear, easy to see. It doesn't look like any of them are a lot alike. I see like equal signs, N, U, a circle with a slash through it, or a no sign. I see a P, W, T, a small b, check mark. This is a round, and it does have the training wheels, but they are very, like, they're almost faint, except for on the light colors. They stand out a little bit more. I see a triangle. I see the heart. I see I think a sideways or a diagonal divide sign. I see a plus sign. And I think the reason that a lot of times you see the diagonal divide is so that it doesn't look as close to the plus sign as it could look if it was straight up and down. Because you don't typically, if you see the diagonal divide, you don't typically see an X or a multiplication sign. I see a lowercase e and an uppercase e. So a lot of times when there's a lowercase, it looks like there's a uppercase as well. There's a Y, a U, a C, a D. The only place that it looks like it might be just a little bit blurry is like down in this corner, the E and stuff, and this dark gray right here is a little bit fuzzy. And then some of it right here, the M is a little bit fuzzy. But that's it. It's still easy to see. It's not real bad. Anyway, that is this painting. Let's go ahead and cover him back up. And I'm not going to be able to roll him back up, so when I get done with this video, I will start covering it with parchment paper. Let me see if I can figure out which, well, before we do that, I know that the sizing is going to be a little bit off. It's going to be a 40 by 30, but the 40 by 30 is going to, well, maybe not. I'm going to get it right where the painting starts. That is 40. What do you know? It's not often that you see that, but that is 40 centimeters going this way from end to end on the painting. And then I'm not counting the glue area. I'm just looking at the painting area. This one is just shy of 30. So both of them is just shy. So this is an actual 30 by 40. It's not the canvas size. It's the actual painting, diamond painting size. The diamond painting itself is almost 50 that way. And about 35 that way. So very nice. This one is true to size. Let me see. This is Y'all are going to hear my dad apparently have a conniption or coughing fit. Let's see, this is 3862. Trying to figure out which one is which. 11550, 225, CTR 3316. That's that one. Trying to find this that is the color for this one. They've got so many different. One thing I am noticing that I'm not exactly sure about, this one doesn't have it. It's got actual, looks like they put several different stickers on it though, but it's got the actual sticker here, and then each one of these has got the number, the DMC, and the number of drills inside of it. They're already in baggies for you. Like I said, it is a round. I'm not going to take all of these out and mess with them. Just going to give you a basic idea of the colors. There's a lot of blues, there's some browns, beiges, coral-like colors, greens, lots of grays. There's even purple. Let's just pull them out. I'm not going to inventory everything right now. I'll do that off camera later. I just don't have the patience to go through everything, but I can show you some of the colors. You got purples, you got like orange corally colors and browns, tans, grays. There's greens. There's more browns, more grays and greens. There's blues. That's a deep, like teal green. Bunches of blues. That's gray, more brown, gray, brown, brown. That is a dark navy. And that's the heart shape right there, that dark navy. Blues, blues, gray, blue, a reddish brown, blue, gray, and there's a random square. There we go. A random square diamond stuck in the middle of it. We'll put that in our little fairy jar. There are some hitchhikers, some red hitchhikers in the purple, and I don't think that color of red was anywhere in here. That's almost the same color that Mrs. Coffee likes. Anyway, I'm going to put this up. I'll be right back, and we'll look at the next small painting. Okay, I am finished with that one. I'm not putting it up because I am going to leave it on my desk so that I can recover it when I'm done filming. This is the next one right here. I left you way down low so that you can see it better. This is a little like woodland fairy picture, which would be under my other one. Like I said, it was wolves and then fantasy or mystical. I don't remember exactly what you chose. You've got two choices. I wish that is something I do wish about this color. I wish they would give you a way to narrow down your choices, because even though you might like mystical, you might not like fairies, or you might not like dragons, or you might not like phoenixes or something like that. So they need to allow you to narrow your choices down to stuff that you actually like, because like I might be into mermaids and fairies but not into unicorns and dragons, something like that. And so I think that, and I might be into wolves, but might not be so much into this kind of wolf as opposed to being into more of the like fantasy style wolves, if that makes any sense. So, you know, I think they need to allow you to like really narrow down your choices and give you a wider range of choices. Like say, for you to be able to, like I said, pick between mermaid and fairy and dragon and whatnot and mystical. If you like landscapes but you only specifically like flower gardens, you should be able to choose that. Or you only specifically like cityscapes or something like that. You know, I think you ought to be able to choose and narrow down your choices, and that way they could have a whole lot wider range of paintings that they can send you, instead of like me getting two wolves and a fairy in this one. I could have maybe gotten a wolf, a fairy, and a dragon in this one. But anyway, let me bring you back out. There we go. I think that's out enough. And we're going to look at this one next, which is the fairy. So let's cut the tape. This is acting up. I've seen better days. I need to replace the blade on it. It's cut a lot of tape. By the way, when I was cleaning up that other one, I found a beige square drill as well. So they gave me multiple gifts in that one. We'll see if they'll gave us any gifts in this one. So once again, we got it around a foam core. It looks like it is going to be the same size painting. So hopefully it is a true 40 by 30, same as the other one. There's not a lot of stuff that you get from China that actually is true to size. So that is one thing that I can say about Easy Whim. You are getting true to size paintings. It appears. Let me go ahead and measure this one. We'll start where the painting is that I can see through the opaque cover and go to the other end. That is 40. And just a hair shy of 30. So this one is true to size. It is 35 colors once again. And I hear crying outside. I got a kitty cat that wants back in. A cat that never wants in until bedtime, except when I'm filming. Oop, that piece of tape tried to come up with that. Luckily, it didn't try to come up all the way, but there is a little gap right there, but it doesn't look like it'll affect the painting itself. Okay. There we go. And there is our little woodland fairy. I can see her better through the viewfinder than I can myself. Let me raise that light up because it's put a little bit of a glare on there that I just noticed. I can't see her that well this way. So this one is probably not going to look as detailed. It's going to look more pixelated because you do have the tiny little fairy. I believe that this is a deer right here that she's got her hand on. To me, it doesn't look like a deer at all. In the viewfinder, it just kind of looks like a deer-ish blob. I know that there is like a squirrel or something in the photo that is coming up from up here somewhere. Let me look in my little magnifying glass. Excuse me, I'm going to need to take a drink right quick. Hopefully get rid of that, a little bit of that frog in my throat. Yeah, there is a tiny deer right here. Or no, these are all squirrels. Excuse me, I thought that was a deer. These are like massive squirrels. So she is a teeny little fairy. This is a squirrel right here. And his tail is coming out right here. And then there's another squirrel coming down. He's kind of under the tape right here, but he's above her right here. And there is a butterfly right here. These blue things are her wings. This is a butterfly right here. And then right here, it looks like this is a snail. So that gives you an idea of how tiny she is. By comparison, of course, the flowers kind of make it obvious how tiny she is. Yeah, she's got like blue butterfly wings for wings, and then there's an orange butterfly here. And she's sitting on a mushroom, it looks like. And then these are dirt, like Gerber daisies around her. That definitely is a daisy, and that's a daisy. The sticky is really good. I didn't check the sticky on the last one, but I can tell you it was good because when I was putting everything up, I could feel it. These are brown-eyed Susans right here. Let's see. I think this one right here is actually a Gerber daisy. well, all of these, that one, that one, that one, they're all Gerber daisies. And I think this is too. It's like a yellow Gerber daisy. So we got like 2 whites and a yellow and a pink. And then you got the cone flowers or brown-eyed Susans. Depending on where you live, I think they're different names. But it looks like there might be a lily right here. And these right here are little cone flowers or brown-eyed Susans. I think there's another one right in here somewhere. It's above the daisy, so I think it's right here. But anyway, that is our little woodland fairy. Let's get her covered back up, and then we'll look at the drills that go with her. She is 317 16 33 16 right here. Now I did count and inventory the last one before I actually I did that while I was on pause. I see a bunch of leaves in here, so I'm thinking that one of the baggies is not sealed. Okay, where's the opening at? Sometimes it's like finding a needle in a haystack. It looks like it might be a beige one that is not sealed. This one right in here somewhere, right there. That one is not sealed. Or else it has a hole in it one. This one isn't sealed either because they're falling out of it. Let's see, let's pull the rest of these out and see what else might not be sealed, because see if we can get most of these grays in the palm of my hand. So we can get it back in the bag. Now, if you're like me and you have fingernails, especially fakies that are a little bit thick, and you are having trouble opening these bags, I've shown it before in a video, which I don't know if I posted it yet, but if you take your fingers and put them on either side and you slide them against each other, going in opposite direction, almost like you're snapping. That's the way Miss Coffee did it, almost like you're snapping, but it's not quite that way unless you're doing it this way. But you can do it this way, almost like a snapping motion. But I personally, I do it this way where I'm pulling my fingers like that, like I'm rubbing my index finger against my thumb, and do it like that, and it opens it right up. But you can do that all day long, especially if they're thick like these bags are. You can do that all day long. But anyway, let's see what we got. Put some air out of that and out of this one because I didn't let air in. They feel a whole lot better when you don't have air in them. So this is number 33. Let's get you down here a little bit closer. You can see these colors a little better. So that's number 29, 32, 33, 31. There's 35 as a white. We got a yellow green. Yeah, a lot of these are not fully closed. I feel a lot of... this one's got some about to spill out of it. Somebody didn't do too good of a job of closing these up. Look, there's a brown sticking out of the top of that one. There's a green out of the top of this one. There's a lot of them trying to escape. Anyway, let's just put these out. I'm going to go back a little bit further where you can just see the colors. Let me see. Let's see if we can find number 1. There's number 34. And getting closer. There's number 2. Ah, there's another one in gray ones. Goes in number 8. 8, 7. There's another one. 6. Number 5. See if we still got them all in. There's number 3. Here's number 4. Number 9. Okay, did I miss number 1? There's number 10. Let's just start down here with 9 and 10. 11. I might speed this part up. 12. 13. Number 1. Excuse me, y'all. 14. There's another one of those. Set it right there. 15. 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. So there's all the colors laid out. Hope you can see those okay. But now we know we have all 35 colors. Excuse me, I am getting so creepy. Let's go ahead and put this one gray back in the bag. That's the only other gray I saw, and it looks like none of the others have any sticking out of the tops. So I'm going to go ahead and put these up. I'll do that off camera, and I will be right back to show you the last painting. Okay, I went ahead and opened up this last one because I had a feeling I was going to have trouble getting it to lay flat right away, and I am. Hopefully it's not messing up because it is really creasing. Anyway, this is it. It's 2 wolves. Let me get you a little bit closer to the picture. It is 2 wolves snuggled up together like a female and a male wolf. It is a 45 by 45. I just realized I didn't show you the drill field of the last one. Anyway, it's a 45 by 45. It is 45 colors. And let's go ahead and have a look at it. See if we can peel back the tape and have us a quick look. Wow, look at that little bitty thin piece of, narrow piece of tape. So far, it doesn't look like there's any rivers or anything in it, even though it did kind of raise up in these areas where I was trying to straighten it out. So far, they've all been really, even though they're double-sided tape, and you can have a lot of issues with double-sided tape, so far they're all turning out to be very nice. Now, this one should be another good one because it's really up close and personal on the wolf faces. So there's like large sections that you can put a lot of detail into. Only thing I see is the glue is trying to raise just a little bit right there, but with a little bit of pushing, it just goes right back down. If you're careful and you don't let it completely raise up, there's a little bit like right at the seam areas. But when I put the parchment paper down, I can press that really hard and get those to lay down really well. As you can see through the viewfinder, it looks like it is a very nice rendition. I can see both wolf faces and everything really clearly in it. So it's going to have room to have a lot of detail in it. I think it's going to be a very nice painting. Let's go a little bit closer. Look at the drill field kind of close. Even though I forgot to do that in the last one, it is very sticky. As you can see, lifting up the whole thing. There's a slight river right there, but that's the only one that I see, and I didn't see it until it raised up. A little pressing and it goes right away. Yep, that's looking much better already. Everything looks very clear. Again, the same symbols, bunch of letters, hearts, plus, arrows, a diagonal divide sign. It looks like there is a square and a circle. Again, this is round. It does have the little training wheels on it. You don't really see them anywhere except for on the really light colored fields like the white and the light grays. You can barely see them at all on the dark fields. It looks really good. In fact, even on the darkest areas, it doesn't look as fuzzy as the first one did. Probably because it's a slightly bigger picture. But anyway, let's lay this back down. Now, this is not going down flat because I am immediately after this going to start covering these with my parchment paper. So don't look at the fact that there's big gaping holes. Whoops, going the wrong direction. Don't look at the fact that there are big gaping holes right here where there's stuff showing through. I will relay this one because it's a rather large hole. We don't want that affecting getting cat hair and everything else on it. There we go, that's a little bit better until we get the parchment down. Okay, and then here is the last pack of drills in the box. Once again in baggies. And there's a few stray ones going around, so the baggies are not completely closed yet again. There are two different colors right here. A gray and either a black or a navy. But just like last time, I got a feeling this is the navy. Yep, it's not closed. Make sure it's the right color. It might not be the right color. Looks like it's slightly darker than that. This one seems closed, but it looks like it might be that color right there. Yep. There's the color it goes to. There are some stragglers, like these 3 tins have a gray, there's a square white, there's a green. There are a lot of hitchhikers. There's another green, 2 different colors of green, a square white, and a gray floating around in this bag. So they're not very good at keeping the hitchhikers out of the bags. That's too light to be that one. Don't think it's that one. Not that one. Not that one, I don't think. Got a little more blue in it. This might just be a stray color. Nope, I think it's that one. Yep, it was that one. Anyway, that is in pack 3. So let's once again put these out like I did a while ago. Try to keep them all within the frame. There's number 2. There's number 6. There's number 4, and it's open. Number 7. Every one of these I pick up, just about it's open at least to some extent. There's number 8. Number 8 does have a brown one floating around in it. Wow, these are all open to some extent. Number 40's got a blue floating around in with the little orange ones. There's number 9. This is number 5. Number 11, number 10. Let's see if we can get 10 across a row at least. Yep, we can get at least 10. There's bag number 1. It's a maroon or a wine color. I wasn't closed at all. Surprised it wasn't all out. Those two are stuck together. Number 16, so we got 11. And number 13. This is number 45. Going to put it down at the end. Here's number 12. There's 12, 11, 12, 13. 19, number 20, number 21, number 18, number 14, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, $22, number 28. Can go right there. Number 25 right there. 26 right there. Number 30. Number 23. Number 17. 29. 24, 27, let's see, go ahead and put 31 right there, 32, 34, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45. Okay, there's all the colors for that one. All right, that's it for this unboxing. Again, I'll have more detailed information down in the description for these kits, where to buy them, how much the different levels are. This is the mid-range level. I think there's one above it and one below it, if I'm not mistaken. It's what they call their most popular level. I'm not sure if I will get these more than a couple of months, because I got a feeling that they'll just end up repeating stuff. Also, I don't like the fact that you can't choose more categories, and just getting constantly wolves and fairies is not going to be something that I want to do. I love mystical stuff or fantasy stuff, and I'm afraid if I leave it at fantasy, I'll just keep getting fairy after fairy after fairy after fairy, and I want to see dragons and unicorns and mermaids and everything else that I happen to like. But anyway, if you are interested in it, I will put it down below. You can do like I am and just get a couple of months, or if it's like a way that you really think that you might want to get a lot of diamond paintings. I do believe it was $60, I want to say, perhaps more. I don't remember for this version of it. I'll have to really calculate the prices of what one of these on AliExpress, because this is basically like a Evershine or one of those kind of popular companies on there. It's kind of like one of theirs that like same style as them. I don't know if I feel like it's worth it. I'll have to get a couple more months to figure it out. But expect to see, I know they weren't giving out a February box because of the coronavirus thing. They're going to start with the March boxes, which I think will be coming out pretty soon, I think. I don't know. Hopefully they'll be shipping them pretty soon. I'll have to look and see exactly when that is. This one took over a month to get to me, so that's another issue that I have with it. I think they probably need to have a States warehouse and have them there and ready a month ahead of time. That way they can get them to you within a couple of days and not a month. But I wanted to try them out, and right now I'm not angry at it. I kind of like it, but I just don't know if it's something I would want to pay for the entire year yet. We'll wait and see. Anyway, I do like some of the stuff they got. I don't like how dirty the magnets were. That's my biggest complaint. I don't like how dirty they were. But anyway, we'll see what the next month that I get in holds, and if it takes an entire month later to get to me, because these, I think, which with the coronavirus I can understand. I think this shipped to me at the beginning of February or mid-February, but I did not get it until just a couple of days ago. I've only been holding on to it since Friday, and today is Monday. No, Saturday, excuse me. I got it Saturday, so 2 days that I've had it before I did the filming of it. And so that it took more than a month to get to me, because like I said, I think it was shipped the first week in February, second week in February, something like that. So that is a very long time to get to me from China, because a lot of stuff gets to me within 2 to 3 weeks. But anyway, we'll see what the next month holds, and I'll unbox it and let y'all know what I think then. Right now, I'm okay with it. But anyway, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I typically don't ramble like I am right now. I'm just tired. It's been a long day, tax preparing, and then I wanted to try and get this filmed. So when I'm tired, I ramble, and I'm sorry about that. But anyway, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Click the bell so that you can get notifications when I upload, because right now it is sporadic. I don't have a schedule. I'm hoping that will change as soon as tax season is over. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.